Once upon a time, a wonderful old palace city charmed its guests from near and far. On the southern edge of the Thuringian forest, in the valley on the river Werra, a city with an ever-changing history found its place, Meiningen. A place which sits in harmony among the rolling hills between the end of the Thuringian forest and the beginning of the Thuringian Rhön, and which was already officially mentioned in the year 982. Furthermore, the convenient location of Meiningen in the green heart of Germany and at the gateway to Franken led it to being named as residence city by the Dukes of Sachsen-Meiningen at the end of the 17th century and has since been the cultural center in southern Thuringia. Besides the theater, there are the Elisabethenburg Palace with the museum, many wells, bridges and memorials, the churches and many well-maintained Henneberger Franken Tudor-styled houses, all of which are worthy places to visit. It is not only the cultural events such as the theater ball, city festival, castle evenings, small performances, literary readings and steam locomotive days which bring thousands of visitors to Meiningen each year. But also the people who love nature or hiking find their opportunities to stroll through romantic parks and gardens or the picturesque landscape. Due to the fact that both newly completed highways A71 and A73 bring traffic directly to the perimeters of this history-steeped city. Towering above the city as in a fairy tale is Landsberg Castle. While Duke Bernhard II, Erich Freund of Sachsen-Meiningen, was visiting his sister Queen Adelaide in England, he was taken with the many castles of the Windsors. And couldn't rest until between 1836 and 1844 he had his own fairy tale castle built under the direction of the court builder Döbner. After the careful restoration and new layout, the castle was reopened as an hotel in 1997. Today, visitors may not only stay in this fairy tale castle, but also enjoy its surroundings, towers and beer garden, as well as its breathtaking celebration hall with the larger and smaller tower rooms. It is ideal for weddings and celebrations of every kind. In Landsberg, it is also possible to have registry office weddings. You won't only find delicious meals served in the Burgschenke restaurant, but also with advanced notice you can also experience a night's evening with music and trickery from the Middle Ages. Also awaiting you is a mysterious and secretive climbing of the tower, which for the adventurous has a rewarding and panoramic view over Meiningen and the Werra Valley. An overnight stay will be really romantic. Lovely fairy tale apartments are awaiting your visit, and all that at a reasonable price. With a little luck you may be able to book the Adelheid room, named after the only princess from Thuringia who in the early part of the 19th century ascended the throne of the most powerful kingdom in the world to become Queen of England. Also named after her is the Australian city of Adelaide, and she is also credited with the introduction of the Christmas tree to England. If you require something exclusive, then why not stay in the amazing wedding suite with its historic wall murals? Fact is that for the newly married, the wedding night spent in a 4-poster bed will be an unforgettable experience. Did you know that the world-famous Thuringia dumplings originate from Meiningen? The so-called Hüts were first prepared right in the city center, in the Meininger Schlundhaus, and further immortalized in the famous song Lied from Hütes by Rudolf Baumbach, which ends in the line, Hier hast du das Rezeptum, hüte es. Here is the recipe, guard it. You may enjoy the house specialties in the rustic fireplace room or in the imposing Schankstube, which is where the handing over of the recipe for the Thuringia dumplings took place. It is also possible to find a comfortable night's accommodation in the Schlundhaus. In the upper levels you will find adjacent to the tastefully furnished rooms with a fantastic view over the Meiningen marketplace, a well-lit and bright breakfast room, a small beer garden as well as lovely decorated and well-equipped conference rooms. Ample garages and parking facilities are available for all guests in the neighboring and historic Rautenkranz. Naturally, during the renovation of the National Trust-listed 16th century building, special value was put on the old-style atmosphere, so that both the exterior Tudor style as well as the whole interior was restored with loving detail. The old walls stand tall next to a modern skittle alley, which is ideally suited to celebrations with a sporting flavor. The hotel also offers comfortable suites. The newly built small performing stage with seating for 150 is a further gem belonging to the Rautenkranz, which since 1998 has enhanced the cultural possibilities in the city of Meiningen. One really unusual venue belonging to Meininger Hotels mit Flair is the 1844 Döbner-built Frohnweste prison. What was in use as a men's and women's prison until the 1970s is now being remodeled as a hotel ideal for group bookings with a unique culinary style. Today, the former cells have been transformed into comfortable and unusual hotel rooms. A glass lift on the facade of the building takes guests to a skyline restaurant, providing an excellent Mediterranean cuisine until midnight and offering a breathtaking view. An inviting Irish pub is to be found on the ground floor. Live piano or guitar music underscore the typical Irish atmosphere. And as you would expect in a proper pub, there's everything you could ever desire behind the bar, from Guinness or our own Knastbräu to good old Irish whiskey. Awaiting our guests above is another wonderful unique dining experience in prison. After you have put on your prison uniform, no exceptions for either men or women, you will be led to your cell, where there's room for 10 to 15 prisoners. For larger groups, more cells are used, or perhaps you would rather celebrate a chain gang party. While you await your last meal, you are encouraged to use your last minutes to deface the walls with no limits to your creativity. If you have the desire to go to prison here, it is nothing to regret, because we can guarantee you a wonderful time. Almost directly opposite the renowned palace Schloss Elisabethenburg, Ernestinenhof invites one to while away the hours. The Hotel Garni and Baroque Café entice one with their selected homemade delicacies and special coffee blends. The relaxing and tranquil atmosphere is further enhanced by classical music played on a grand piano. A romantic courtyard garden also invites guests to enjoy the summer temperatures. 15 tastefully furnished rooms, double and single, await their guests in the lovingly restored National Heritage Building. The Brahms Suite charms every visitor with its romantic interior. The suite was so named by the most famous resident of the building, the world-famous clarinetist Richard Mühlfeld, who honored Brahms by writing a clarinet quintet for him. The atmosphere of the Ernestinenhof enhances every event with its unique atmosphere. The Palais am Prinzenberg is equally as an important highlight for Meininger Hotels mit Flair. A romantic open-air stage is also available for up to 150 guests, which can be privately booked for company or family events, as well as wedding celebrations. Furthermore, the palace offers a cozy lounge room with fireplace, a billiard room where you make play a relaxing game to unwind, and as well fully equipped conference and display rooms, which may also be used for small musical or public reading evenings. It is also possible to stay in carefully renovated holiday apartments, each with its own special flair. As you can see, there's plenty to see and do in and around Meiningen, and we cordially invite you to experience a stay with that very special flair. Look forward to unforgettable and wonderful days in magical Thuringia, as well as experiencing its widely praised friendliness, which at Meininger Hotels mit Flair is not only literally practiced, but celebrated. Bookings and further information can be made on our central number.